그 시간이 조금 10분 정도 지연이 돼서 네, 일단은 시작을 하도록 하겠습니다. 오늘은 8월 10일이고요. 그 전까지는 그 강의실을 임대해서 저희가 그 강의 포럼을 진행을 했고요. 이제부터는 이 카페 사무실에서 진행을 하고 마지막 그 포럼 데이 때는 퍼플 파티라고 해가지고 이 사무실 공간이 아닌 그냥 뭐 간단한 식사라든지 뭐 이런 식으로 하든지 아니면 여기서 스탠딩 파티를 하든지 뭐 이런 식으로 기획을 하고 있습니다. 그래서 일단은 오늘 그 귀한 손님도 오셨고요. 뭐 소개라든지 앞으로 조금 이 소개라든지 진행은 이용 교수님께서 진행을 해주셨습니다.
First of all, I thank all those people, coming to this office and joining, the meetup here. And we have guest speaker, Andrea from Italy. He's running a company in Britain, and he's an entrepreneur and venture capitalist. Hey, guess what? He's young and he's the same age as Jamin. So Jamin, hello. same age as you.
Wow, weird.
He's
Hey, Jamin, how are
he's a college dropout.
Yeah, let me know
Or,
the age of the person.
high school graduate. So same as Jamin. He graduated high school and that he tried to go to college and learn something from the college and decide to, found there's nothing to learn, So for the person like me, having, spending so many years in the universities, that frustrates me,
I have to change in this.
But anyway, I would like to welcome Andrea, and Andrea will give a presentation about what he does and his venture. His venture is Relic. Relic is NFT company that is make easy to use NFT tool. But he will give all the details. Right? Okay, here. Let's welcome Andrea.
Thank you very much. Let me know if you can hear me. Yes. Okay, can you all hear me?
We can hear you.
I think so. Okay. So my name is Andrea and Andrea Castigliones, and I'm from Italy. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite. It's great to be here. As Nick was saying, I've been in the space for a very long time. I started in crypto in almost as a game when I was in university, because I was studying applied math, and together with some other friends, we were looking at peer-to-peer protocols and other stuff. And we started mining Bitcoin at home when Bitcoin was 80 cents in 2011. But at the same time, I was a student. So I was actually needing cash at the end of the month. And so I sold lots of Bitcoins for pizzas and kebabs. So that's definitely not the best experience for all Bitcoiners, but it was very difficult at the beginning. It was super difficult. You had to find someone that would buy your Bitcoin for cash, and and you had to go physically to the places. There was no exchange infrastructure. It was really bad. So I kind of stepped away from 2011 to 2013. I stepped away from the crypto space, and I kept studying. I kept doing the things that I was doing, and I was always passionate as an entrepreneur. So I built other businesses. I tried the different avenues. And in 2013, I decided to drop out last semester of mathematics. So I'm almost a mathematician, but I'm not. So last semester in mathematics, it's 2013, crypto is exploding. We start to have infrastructure. We start seeing lots of excitement in the space, and some of my smartest friends were actually building in the space. And so I'm like, okay, I think this is going to be the future. So I decided to do that full time. And between 2013 and 2016, I started accumulating. So everything that I put in 2013 dropped 80% in 2014 and 2015. So that wasn't fun, but I still stuck. I thought it was for the long term. It was something that could be, it would be valuable to hold long term. In 2016, I started this company that is called Silent Unicorn, and the idea is to build unicorns. So at least we tried. We want to build big businesses, big companies that have big impact on the world in silence. So we tend to have this sprint of building in which we basically build from idea stage to actually deploying on the market, and that's what we do. So Silent Unicorn does three things: we build, we back, we bridge. Build, we design our own projects, we develop them, we make sure that it's product ready, and we bring them to market. So we then spin them off as a separate company, and people can can start participating. But we remain the largest shareholder for a while, and we are also the people in charge of the building phases, at least for the foreseeable future. And this is what's happening with Relic, by the way. So Relic, RAELIC. If you go to relic.com, this is our newest company, and it's a social network for NFTs, effectively. And I'll explain a little bit more about Relic. I just finished the previous train of thought about backing. We invest, so we find interesting projects that we want to participate in, and we invest and bring resources, not just financial resources, but also our expertise and our network. So if some projects need something in particular, they can come to us, and we try to solve it. And the bridging. So we do bring people together across the ecosystem. So if we have various, if we have a company in, I don't know, Argentina that is looking to do something in Europe, we can be a bridge, and we can help bridge the gap. So we tend to bring resources that are not just financial, but also in terms of network and in terms of expertise, vertical expertise in Web3. This is what we do. And Relic and Silent Unicorn is a venture builder for Web3. So we are very, very Web3 focused, very Web3 native, and that's what we do. Talking about Relic now, we noticed about last year when the NFT were exploding that there was a gap in the social layer. So basically, people were interacting on Web2, and they were discovering more on Web2. So most of the NFT experiences that you have are, I find out something because I'm following someone on Twitter, then I move to OpenSea, I buy, or Looks Rare, or whatever marketplace. I buy on OpenSea, then I go back to Twitter, I say to everyone that I bought something, and then I have to go to Discord to verify that I hold something with a scammy bot, and I lose my keys and all of that, and it's a pain. Just because I want to talk with other holders that have the same collection. So you go to 3 platforms to do something that you can do in one single platform. So we built a mobile first experience, and we try to revolutionize the space of NFTs by doing this. Of course, it's a gigantic task. So we're starting in smaller compared to where our head's at. So we want to definitely build a bigger ecosystem, but we're definitely focused on the users. We're definitely focused on building a user experience that it's sleek, it's easy. People can flow from Web2 to Web3 easily. And so that content creators, whether you're an artist, whether you are a photographer, whether you are a journalist or a singer, you have a way now to monetize your following directly, because you'll be posting, and at the same time that you post, it's written on chain, and you get to own that content, and the people that are following you, they can buy that content. So having the possibility of shorten the chain between the interaction, discovery, and the actual purchases is where the value is going to lie. So that's basically what we're doing, and we're spending we spent about 11 months building the project in stealth, and you know, today actually this is the day we were having the first press release. So until the press release is out, this is all still on embargo, so please don't talk too much about Relic. But today we should have the news going out, and from now on we'll start being more public with it. So it's fully spun off. So it was internal to Silent, and now it's spun off into a separate business. Yeah, we're excited about the future and building what we think is necessary for this space. Just to give you an example, if someone hacked into my Instagram account or my Twitter account, I would lose my followers, I would lose my content, I would lose everything, because I wouldn't own the content on the platform anymore. If someone hacks into my Relic account, they can take my name, but they cannot take the assets, because everything is encrypted on the device. You know, it's impossible to move, sell, and do anything with those assets unless I have the private key, which is on the device. And so we take also quite a big, you know, we really care about the user experience, the user journey. And for someone that doesn't know anything about crypto, getting into the space, if you have to explain, oh, download a browser plugin, and then you have to go to an exchange, do the KYC, buy something on an exchange, send it to the browser is going to interact with something that is a decentralized application. People go crazy, like they don't follow you. So they need to have something smooth to come in, like an email address and password. And when they have the need to actually buy something, then at that point, then they need to create a wallet. But they already seen, they interacted, they liked, they shared, they already have been part of the network. So before they need the wallet, they need to be in the network. They need to play around, talk with other people, find what they like. Otherwise, it makes no sense, right? It's you're forcing a need that doesn't exist. The moment they like something, they're going to try and buy it. To buy it, it says, oops, you don't have a wallet. And then at that moment, you understand that you need to create a wallet. Then you create the wallet, and it says, oops, you need to buy ETH, or you need to buy Matic or BSC or Clay. At that moment, then you have the need to go and buy the currency. Before that, you didn't need to. And this is because we think that NFT could be that bridge that brings the next billion people into Web3. We have been very hardcore in terms of infrastructure and all of that stuff. Like we understand and we like the infrastructure side of crypto and the blockchain. But definitely there is a front-facing, user-facing side of things, which is I think NFTs is going to play a big role to onboard the next billion people, because my grandma or my little cousin, they don't understand candlestick bars. Like they don't look at order books. They don't look at how deep an order book is, or if something is on an exchange or another exchange. But they do send me media on my WhatsApp or my Instagram or my whatever. They take a picture of us and they send it to me. Imagine now if you can mint the pictures that you take and make them yours, but not only yours, you make them timeless as well. Because a picture right now on our phone, probably in this very room, we have at least 100,000 pictures sitting down in the room. And we have never seen, we don't even look, they're sitting on our phone, they stay on our phone, and we don't care about it. But in the old days, we used to frame important moments. We put them in a wall, we put them in our house, we make them timeless, and they stay forever. We block time forever. Same thing with minting on chain, because now you're taking a moment. This moment here could be an important moment because it's the first time that we meet. I could take a picture, mint it on chain, whatever blockchain I prefer. We support 4 different blockchains. So I minted on chain, and you will know forever that on August 10th at 7:24, we were all together and we were meeting in 2022. This is the time that we met. And maybe one day in 5 years or in 10 years, this moment can become a collectible for someone that actually wants to buy it. So it's the idea of crystallizing time and creating time crystals. It's also quite interesting. It's very, very important. And this comes also from the, the idea of, that's why we call it relic. Not with the AE spelling. This is like Latin spelling, but without the A, it's something holy, like it's something unique. Like, I don't know, the holy chalice that was used for the Last Supper. It's like a relic. It's something that it's unique. There is one, and that's the idea. So something that it's collectible, it's unique, and we use this spelling because we had the .com simply. So that's the reason why we call it like this. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy to take questions, anything that you want to know about the project, how we're going to market, anything that you would like to know. We are here for this. And one more thing that I would say as well is that we have the possibility of not only being appealing for the Web 2 crowd, but also for the Web 3 crowd. Because if you own 10 different wallets on ETH and you want to see your NFTs, it's tiring to go to OpenSea and connect one wallet at a time, connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. It's painful. If you want to see everything in one aggregated profile, then you need to have one place that actually takes everything and all of your NFTs and all of your wallets and showcase them in one place, so that people that follow you, they can see everything that you own. As well, with this, I invite as soon as, let's say tomorrow you go see the app.
Okay.
You should see that on the profile you have 2 tabs. There's one tab that says public and there's one tab that says vault, because you'll be able to toggle off the NFTs that you don't want to show to the public, because sometimes you get airdropped stuff. So in your wallet there is going to be NFTs that you don't even care about because they've been airdropped to you, and you don't want them to go public. So you just toggle them off. Here it's off, and it's completely it's your decision how to curate your profile. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So can you summarize what you have said?
Yes. Yeah. Going for it. Thank you. Oh, I thought we were doing in English full time.
Yes, still, yes, sir.
In English,
Okay.
still.
Oops. My fault. I apologize.
그 반응이었던 거를
천재네.
서머라이즈 하자면은 내가 2011년부터 이제 비트코인 마이닝을 해왔는데 그때 당시에는 이제 한 8센트 정도에서 대부분 이게 대학생이다 보니까 그 돈을 이제 직접 사람 찾아가서 막 팔고 그러면서 케밥 사 먹고 밥 사 먹고 하는데 다 썼다고 하고 이제 수학자로 이제 공부를 하다가 이제 대학을 그만두고 2016년에 이제 사일런트 유니콘이라는 회사를 세워서 이제 그 엑셀레이터처럼 이제 그 회사를 이제 세우고 그거를 더 펀딩하고 이제 피칭하는 일들을 많이 했는데 지금 현재는 이제 렐릭이라는 이제 서비스를 런칭하려는 이제 단계에 있고 그동안 오랜 기간 동안 이제 크립토 쪽에서 일하면서 느꼈던 이제 문제점을 해결하려고 하는데 그 부분이 이제 소셜 쪽의 문제를 해결하려고 한 여러분들이 이제 NFT를 사고 팔고 해보셨으면은 그 오픈시에 가서 내 지갑에다가 크립토를 또 충전해 놓고 또 그걸 산 다음에 트위터에 가서 내가 샀다라고 또 얘기해야 되고 또 디스코드 방에 들어가서 그걸 베리파이 해야 되고 그걸 또 베리파이 하는 과정에서 또 뭐 스캠이나 이제 뻘이 때문에 그 자기 NFT를 뭐 잃게 되는 경우도 있고 이게 플랫폼을 왔다 갔다를 막 3-4개를 하다 보니까 그 문제가 이게 참 많은데 그 문제를 이제 앱 하나 안에서 이제 다 해결하려고 하는 그런 앱을 내놨고 또 이게 단순히 이제 비싼 NFT만 이게 소유한다기보다는 한 시간을 이제 NFT화 해가지고 그 시간이 이제 가치가 있어질 때 다른 사람들이 이제 그걸 원하는 걸 팔 수도 있고 또 이제 보여주면서 쉐어할 수도 있고 예를 들자면 우리가 이렇게 다 같이 모여가지고 이 시간에 사진을 찍어가지고 그걸 NFT화 하는 거죠. 그래서 11개월 동안 이 웰릭이라는 플랫폼을 이제 개발했었고요. 네, 이 그 플랫폼 자체 장점은 이제 처음에는 이제 뭐 프라이빗 월렛을 만들거나 뭐 이럴 필요가 없이 그냥 이메일이나 패스워드로 이제 들어갈 수 있고 그다음에 이제 내가 이제 NFT가 필요하겠다 하면은 이제 그때 월렛을 추가할 수 있고 월렛을 추가한 다음에 살려하면 이제 크립토를 이제 추가할 수 있는 그런 프로세스를 잘 만든 것 같습니다. 네. 그리고 또 여기 지갑의 장점 중에 또 하나가 이제 NFT를 이제 사고 팔아보시는 분들 알겠지만 자기 지갑으로 이제 스캠 토큰이나 스캠 NFT들이 이제 많이 들어오는데 그거를 이제 꺼버릴 수 있는 기능도 만들어 놨다고 하네요. 네, 이 정도로 서머리 마무리하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
질문을 받겠다고요?
그리고 질문을 받겠다고 했는데 여러분 혹시 질문 있으면 질문해 주세요.
와서 뒤에 와서.
뒤에 가서 한꺼번에
So we'll we'll do the question Q&A at the end of the meeting. So
Okay.
probably yeah. We'll do we have Stefan coming with us, but Stefan is not coming today. We have not seen him at least. So what we have to do is that we have to have a president also 8DAO is not joining. So Kamar is having his personal problem today for some reason. So Kamar is not able to give a presentation. So we have to ask Justin do the presentation. Justin, can you do the presentation for us?
Right now? It's my turn?
Justin, are you there?
Yes. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Justin이 그 저기를 할 텐데요. 그 크랩에 대해서 presentation 할 텐데, it's I'm asking this because Andrea has been saying has said that he invested a similar project to Prepe. So I want to have Prepe explained in detail so that he can give us some feedback on what is the different, what is the things that we have to give some thoughts into. So that's why I'm asking you. Just
Okay.
listen to it and see. Give us some advice. What is what to consider here?
Yeah.
I'll
do my best.
Yeah, okay. So here's Justin. I'd like to introduce Justin here, Justin Park, and he's the he's a business person for this entire organization for Crepe. Here you go.
Hi everybody. This is Justin Park, COO of Purple Foundation. Today, I'll briefly explain the current situation or current problem in DeFi market or crypto market, and explain our Purple as a solution to those problems. So, crypto market has developed so rapidly and expanded very hugely over the several years. But crypto market has been fluctuating so rapidly. So, and it's very difficult to manage the risk in the crypto market. There are many reasons, but we think there are two major reasons. One is the ecosystem was not developed and mature. Immature developed those crypto ecosystem, and the other one is the blockchain is incompatible with each other. So there are many problems in DeFi and crypto market, but we Purple Foundation diagnosed there were three big problems in crypto market. So we today explain the problems and how to resolve the problem in our platform category.
화면 공유할까요?
네.
이게
Our crypto platform, Palm platform is a kind of digital asset management platform. Let me explain it briefly.
반대로 바뀌어야 되는데 화면은 지금 화면 공유가 이게 돼야 되는데 지금 다른 게 되니까 그래서 이렇게 일단 진행을
Yes, we Crypto Foundation diagnosed there are three big problems in crypto market and the DeFi market. The first one is the fragmentation problem. Second one is immature decentralization problem. And third one is unmanageable investor risk problem. So fragmentation problem is to say we cannot connect asset between chains or asset between blockchain chain or non-blockchain chain. So we cannot compose as a portfolio or basket using many cryptocurrencies in many different chains. And also, so without the diversification, we are exposed to very big risk exposure. Also, one problem is we disconnected from the traditional financial investment strategy. So we don't know how to invest, how to use cryptocurrency. That's the problem. So we think that the solution of fragmented problem, the tokenization integration, is a kind of solution to the fragmentation problem. The second one is immature decentralization. As an end user, we are just a passive sales target. We don't have a user doesn't have any role of the stakeholders, and they have lack of active role. So they are just a passive target. So they have no right to make a big profit or to hedge the risk. So the solution of the immature decentralization is we're gonna make a way for users to recognize his role as a stakeholder, and he must change as a participator or portion. And second one is we cannot manage the risk. So risk is very risk is define risk itself, well, we don't understand the blockchain technology, the kind of risk of technology, blockchain technology. And another one is we don't have any reputation evaluation system. So we don't know who created this kind of product. We cannot believe the creator, this kind of problem. So as a solution to this problem, we have to introduce the hedging tool in the legacy financial system, and we have some tools to recognize who is the creator, and we have to avoid the technical risk. So for three problems, we have the three solutions. In conclusion, the yellow, we have to think about our solution as a PAM, PAAM, PAM. At the PAM, we design our PAM platform. As a platform, we have think about many solutions. In solution, we have to have a makerspace. Makerspace is a kind of space user can create product and design the product. And also we have the risk profiling system who the creator is and evaluate the risk of the creator. Also, we have to provide some platform which for the sales of the product and liquidity providing. So we design farm project is kind of the digital, the asset management platform. It's gonna be, we can compose every asset, every data existing in whole country for world in the planetary Earth. The platform it has some 4 components. The first one is ScopeFed, is a kind of the smart contract providing tool. In our platform, every user can use the ScopeFed. He can make smart contract. Also, we platform where we provide a maker space in which every user can design his product and they make their product. And also, every creator has his token to say soulbound token. So by soulbound token is kind of the NFT, the consumer can recognize the creator, who the creator is and what the performance is by tracking the soulbound token. Also, we have to provide some strategies, say income generation machine. So we provide income generation machine as a strategy to make a product. So in conclusion, our platform is a digital asset management platform. It can be configured and invest in management of portfolio, including every asset. For on-chain, off-chain asset in blockchain, also non-blockchain asset can be composed as a portfolio in our platform. So also we have a tool to tokenize this for management real asset in the legacy system or even data in the legacy system. So theoretically, in our Power Platform, we can compose portfolio including every asset, every fungible asset, non-fungible asset in the world. Next page. So this page we explain the detail how explain the procedure or the step of how the Palm platform works. So every user can use compose the asset on-chain asset, also off-chain asset, even non-blockchain asset. And he can use ScopeFed. So he is in the space, in the maker space, he used the ScopeFed to make a smart contract by himself. And he used compose every asset in the world. And he used every strategy he wants. So the strategy we provide. So he can make the product he wants in his design. So we think, so our Palm platform has three advantages. So in the Palm platform, we can combine the legacy finance system and crypto finance system. Also, in our platform, the user can be not only a consumer, also can be a producer. He can design financial product using our platform. So, and the other one is we can compose. Our platform is a one-stop financial product design for the combination of every asset class. So we create a foundation thing, believe if we can use, if we found platform, so we made this platform, we designed our platform because we believe if people use our platform, the current crypto asset can be classified from very risk, high risk asset to the manageable the risk asset. Also, if we can manage the risk of the crypto asset, then the crypto asset is no more very high risk product. It can be distributed as a mid long term diverse financial product. That's the why we design our platform. And yes, we're gonna explain our income generation. It's a kind of strategy we provide to the user, who design, we make its product in our platform. So basically, we have three solutions, three strategies. The first one is MNS, it's market neutral strategies. It's gonna be, we use some hedging. We make our product as the market neutral position. So no matter the price is going up or going down, we have some neutral position, and we gain some under the neutral position. We gain some the in farming revenue. So we have basically two strategies. The one is BGN. BGN is gonna be kind of the yield farming. It's gonna be combination of store delta, neutral, and borrowing. Store delta is 3 times borrowing. Borrowing is 2 times of borrowing. We're gonna mix the two strategies. Sometimes between 2 and 3. 2.4, 2.5 times the leverage. It's gonna be delta hedging neutral. And the other one is funding rate. We're gonna be the delta hedging. We sell the perpetual futures. So sometimes we're gonna analyze the market. Sometimes we have in very favorable situation, we have another hedging position, so leverage funding rate. So funding rate is maybe 2 times or 3 times the funding rate. And second one is NNS. It's gonna be non-market neutral strategy. It depends on the market situation. So, but the market situation, but we have some category. In legacy market, we have, the ETF, exchange traded fund. So in crypto market, we create ETF, DEX traded fund is like the ETF in legacy market. So we're gonna choose some very the benchmark index in crypto market, and we're gonna make a ETF to track the benchmark index. It's kind of the passive investment. And the other one is the DIF. It's kind of the direct investing in the legacy market. It's gonna be somewhat different from DTF. DTF is to track the exact benchmark index, but DIF is gonna be flexible. So some manager can compose the several tokens at his discretion. It's gonna be more active than DTF.
But DIF is also the not very aggressive the strategy. It's gonna be it also track the index. Also, the second one is VMS. VMS means virtual matrix strategy. So MNS and NNS based on crypto asset, the strategy to invest using the crypto asset. But we going to enlarge our portfolio. We can compose portfolio using including crypto market asset and non-crypto, non-blockchain asset. So also we can use some asset in legacy market without collateral, even data. So this is kind of virtual strategy. So virtual matrix asset composed by on-chain and off-chain crypto asset, also with real world, real asset or the data. It can be provided by Oracle data. So VMS can include almost every asset in the world, existing in the world. So we have the basically three strategy. We also enlarge our strategy. We develop and research our strategy more than three strategies. But at the moment, we have provide our three strategy to the customer. Okay, then today I will just explain the basic background or basic nature of crypto platform. Why we designed this platform to diagnose the current situation and current problem in crypto market and DeFi market. If we have another time, we explain the more detail in platform itself. But today is enough to explain our logic, our philosophy, our crypto foundation, and our platform. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, shall we give translation about this? Or shall we just So I don't think we need a translation about this. But
if you want
any questions, any comments?
no, I actually like the model. It's I'd love to read through properly. Like if you can send it deck, that would be cool. But I generally agree with I like the way you're doing it. As you mentioned, I have invested in something similar, but it's more like social trading. They're doing also indexing of different funds. They're different type of assets, mostly on chain. They're thinking about off chain assets as well, but it's mostly on chain assets. And the difference is that maybe you're envisioning in the same way the UX. I'm trying to understand how you picture the platform, but they have a website. You go to the website and you can follow single traders. So like if I'm performing, we all on the platform, I could start my own vault and people can invest in my vault. So if I'm doing well, people can invest with me. So it's like copy trading in a sense.
Social trading.
It's social trading, but indexing is also interesting because then you say, okay, I have the possibility of doing this indexing. You want to do the rebalancing mechanism, like you have the like all of that stuff is. I agree. I like the model that you have.
Rebalancing and repositioning.
Yeah, exactly.
That is something that you have to do.
Yeah.
The product you're doing is something similar to what we have is a direct indexing.
Exactly. The second one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a few more products that direct indexing.
I'm just an investor.
Right.
Like I'm not. I haven't started that company, but I'm happy to see if there are synergies. Actually, they're opening the platform next week. So I can give you the links if you want to look at it, play with it.
Where are they located?
They're out of Amsterdam.
Perhaps we can go and visit Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly.
See
It's a
if
good
we can
place.
find a way that we can collaborate.
Yeah.
You know, it is not that we are competing, but
No,
you know,
no, no.
it is a good,
This space is so big.
right, good point to collaborate with each other and get some.
Also because when people try to invest in crypto, they don't know the underlying, right? Like they say, okay, I want to invest in crypto, but they have to do a lot of learning before they understand where to put their money. So you know, if you have a tool like an index, or you have someone that is managing your money in a decentralized way, it's good work. So
Yeah, one thing that I have to make sure that I mention is that we have a lot of legacy financing people that is specialized in legacy financing market.
wonderful.
So they are the ones that they brought all different ideas and how that legacy, finance market have been developed, different strategies, hedging different situations and all those.
I can see the point.
We do have some mathematics people as well, so they provide all those mathematics behind all those things. So we are also with that, having said that, we are short of we might have something short of ideas and those things. So we can talk.
Thank you for sharing it also with me. I'm the outsider right now, so
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you for your
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very well. Thank you very much. Okay, let me share my screen. All right, before we get started, I just want to get a sense of the audience that is attending tonight, and realize who in the audience would consider themselves a blockchain expert, who thinks they are very familiar with the industry, with the technology, and who thinks they are maybe like yet to be initiated.
Are you asking me if we know well?
Yes, that's correct.
We know pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some good knowledge of cryptocurrencies and crypto industry. That's for sure.
Okay, great. Thanks for the heads up. Because as you well know, then our industry uses a lot of concepts and jargon that, unless you are quite familiar with them, might be hard to grasp. So this is just a brief overview of our organization called Rio, and we call ourselves a meta assets company. I'm sure you're familiar with this narrative that has emerged over the past couple of years of the metaverse, especially under the influence of Facebook turning the company name to Meta. It's quite interesting to see the impact this change of name, of one company's name, had on raising the awareness of this phenomenon. Because the concept of metaverse has been around for a long time, but it really became super popular last year, actually, last spring, when in 2021, when Facebook became Meta. But yeah, our company basically is composed of three type of pillars, like three type of activities. One is real games, and this part of our business deals with GameFi and NFT games. If you know what this concept means. Rio Stocks is a digital securities exchange, and the Rio Tech is our blockchain development arm. And so in terms of like industry landscape, we operate at the crossroad of what we see out NFT platforms, GameFi platforms, and digital securities exchange and crypto exchanges. So these are some of the big names of the industry. FTX is one of the top crypto exchange. Coinbase also is another big crypto exchange in the US. Bored Ape Yacht Club, OpenSea are major players in the NFT space. Animoca is one of the top gaming studio, blockchain gaming studio. And these companies are all worth in the billions of dollars, at least in valuations. Animoca, I think when I made this presentation, it was worth it was valued 5.5 billion, but now I think it has doubled already. And OpenSea is also in north of $10 billion. So this is the fastest growing industry on earth, all right? Blockchain, crypto, NFTs, this is the fastest growing industry on earth. And so this is really the industry in which we operate in. So our key activity revolves around NFT games. What's the big deal with NFT games? Well, if you are familiar with the gaming industry, back in time a little bit, back 40 years ago, with the emergence of console games and all these ancestors of our modern games on Nintendo, on Sega, on Atari, the business model back then was pretty simple. You had to sell as many cartridges as possible. And then the internet disrupted all that in the early 2000s. Gaming went online. And with the emergence of the internet came a new economic model that is called free to play, where basically the objective at the time was to onboard as many players as you could on your platform for free and get them hooked in the game by building a very interesting game and then allowing them to upgrade their characters, upgrade their levels, access new environments in the game for a price. And so this was the economic model that has been leading the gaming industry online for the past almost 20 years. Now, last year in 2021, a new economic model emerged, enabled by non-fungible tokens living on public blockchain. I'm sure you know what NFTs are. So these are basically digital assets, unique and provably unique digital assets living on public networks. And one company in particular called Axie Infinity, you can see the logo here on the right of the slide. Axie Infinity is this a game that was launched out of Southeast Asia that used this concept of offering the possibility to players who own NFTs, certain NFTs, to access the game. And then by playing the game and by improving the characteristics of their NFTs, basically, would be able to earn some financial reward by doing so. Basically, making money or giving their players the possibility to make money by playing games. And that was the origin of the play to earn business model that was spurred really like over the past 18 months. So before you would play a game for free, then start spending money in the game. Now you can join a game basically by spending money on some NFTs and while playing the game, improving the value of your NFTs that you can then sell outside of the game because those NFTs are transferable on public network. So that's really a breakthrough in the gaming industry. Over the past few days, me and my colleague Katrina have attended a conference, the Korea Blockchain Week. I'm sure you guys know what is happening. And from the admission of most of the participants who are from the gaming industry, every game, the entire gaming industry is going to use blockchain and NFTs sooner or later. It's such a powerful game changer. It's such a powerful value proposition for the community of gamers and for everyone, really, even non-gamers at large, that it is inevitable the entire gaming industry is going to embrace blockchain and NFTs. And these are the type of games that we are developing in our real game studio. This is a Japanese RPG game called Polka Fantasy. We launched it last year, released an NFT collection on the Polygon blockchain. Polygon is one of the Ethereum layer 2 type of network. It's a blockchain that helps scale Ethereum, which for the time being is pretty slow and expensive. So we are working with Japanese artists, Japanese studios, to help develop these games. The inspiration for this game is Final Fantasy, a major RPG game back in the 90s. So it's kind of a niche market we are targeting with this initiative, but a very enthusiastic market in Japan. We have a lot of fans there. And another initiative that we are running and incubating at Rio Corp is Going Ape, which is we call this an NFT. If you are familiar with the concept of metaverse, you know that it's a very broad term that can be defined in different ways and with different levels of understanding. So we see the metaverse as this type of shared virtual experiences where participants interact in a virtual environment that can be 3D, that can be 2D, that can be virtual, augmented reality. And we use NFTs similarly to Axie Infinity as some sort of access to this virtual world. So if you own one of these ape NFTs that you can see here, which lives on the blockchain, you can access the virtual world together with other participants. So this is one of the initiatives we're working on. I'm going to show you. I hope you can get a sense of this project by watching this trailer video. I'll share the link with you. Maybe it's not going to play so well on the link, and there won't be any music, but this is a brief trailer of this project. So that we are using the storyline, the narrative of human evolution. We believe the metaverse is the next step on our journey into evolution. And we use those ape NFTs to basically bring our community to visit the metaverse. What you can see now on screen are some virtual galleries, like virtual NFTs marketplace, where you can exhibit your NFTs. But you can do this in a very interactive and fun way. So the way we target the market with this kind of initiatives, we release a collection of NFTs, and every person who has one of those NFTs can access this virtual environment and share experiences and trade, join games. So very fun project. We're doing this initiative in collaboration with one of the top French 3D animation studio. So I'll share the link with you if you want to take a look at this trailer video. So we work on different initiatives, different types of games that target different audiences. And we also have a license exchange that we call Rio Stocks. And this deals with digital securities. Now, this is a bit technical, but there is a debate or some sort of arguments happening among different governments when the time comes to classify digital currencies, NFTs, whether these assets should be considered as commodities, as securities, as simple digital assets, because cryptocurrencies and NFTs can be all these things at the same time. But all these categories bring very different regulatory frameworks, whether you're a security or commodity or digital asset. The law that you need to abide by is very different. And securities especially are very highly regulated. And we believe that a lot of these assets we've just talked about, digital currencies, NFTs, many of these will eventually be treated as securities in the near or long term. And for this reason, we've made sure to obtain one of the few licenses issued in the world that allows us to handle this kind of products in a compliant way. And this will allow us especially to facilitate the issuance and trading of fractionalized NFTs. Basically, those type of assets, those type of NFTs that we've discussed, they are digital assets, and you can create a fraction of these assets, as many as you want, basically, and trade this fraction of assets. And when you do this, basically, you create a security most of the time. This type of shared investment scheme or collective investment scheme inevitably falls in the category of securities and must be regulated. And then Riotech is our arm that deals with blockchain technology, the underlying technology to all these type of assets and type of products. So yeah, we have a team in various parts of the world, a team in Hong Kong, Shanghai. We have a presence in Bali, in Singapore. And yeah, I'm covering this pretty quickly. There is a lot of materials, but basically we have a team that's very, very international, and yeah, Katrina and I, we are part of the co-founding team. We are here in Seoul for Korea Blockchain Week until next week. So yeah, very excited to be here. Very excited to be speaking with you guys. I hope the presentation was interesting, and yeah, happy to take any question you have. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Stefan, for your presentation. It was a very excellent, presentation. One thing that I have to ask is that your presentation material has a lot more than what you have presented. So can you share your presentation material, with us so that we can have a close look at it? But
Sure.
in between, I will have to give some time to Jamin to translate what you have said, or summarize what you have said, because although we speak pretty, the members here speak pretty good English here, but some of them may not have a full understanding of what you have said.
Certainly.
Yeah, I also, one thing that I have to ask is that you said there in your slides, you said something like a exchange tradable fund, and I didn't have a connection with your presentation to this exchange tradable funds. What is the connection there? Did you actually explain that, or I didn't get the explanation?
Thank you. Everything
Yes.
okay? Sorry about this. Right, a good catch. This is very interesting notion. This type of ETFs. For those of you who don't know, an ETF is an exchange tradable fund, and the idea with this digital securities exchange license that we obtain is we can create new types of investment products, and basically we can use blockchain technology to issue different types of virtual assets, or we call them token as well, that can represent shares in a company, shares in a fund, and eventually in an exchange tradable fund. There is a lofty goal that our industry has been trying to achieve for a long time now, is the possibility to launch Bitcoin ETFs. In many jurisdictions, it is not legal. Some jurisdictions, very few jurisdictions, I think in Canada at the moment, I think Singapore is also looking into this possibility to legalize a Bitcoin ETF. It presents a massive financial opportunity, but also a very important risk, because Bitcoin, as you know, is very volatile, and it requires to be traded a certain level of tech savviness, because you need to manage Bitcoin wallets and private keys. And for these two reasons, the regulators of most countries are wary of putting Bitcoin and expose basically their investors, retail investors especially, to Bitcoin's volatility and technical difficulty. And therefore, ETFs are not legal yet in most jurisdictions, but inevitably, sooner or later, more and more countries are going to allow this type of initiatives. So Canada, I think, is one of the very first pioneering this type of product, and this is the type of product that our license would allow us to commercialize as well. And the opportunity is massive, because of an ETF would make Bitcoin accessible already to the masses, regardless of
You know,
of that.
we are, yeah, I understand. You know, I assume you have joined, you didn't hear the discussions we had in our previous presentations. You know, there were a couple of the presentations that we discussed heavily about this ETF. And I guess you didn't get that, you didn't hear that part.
No, sorry, I missed that.
So that's why I'm asking you, what is the relationship with you? What do you have in your company? Your company seems to be more focused on NFT and gamified NFTs, and I don't see the connection between gamified NFTs to ETFs, and that's why I was asking questions about it.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, this is a very good point. Our key activity revolves around GameFi and NFTs at the moment, but we see in the long term that it will probably become, if not a necessity, at least an advantage to be compliant with digital securities regulation, so as to be able to commercialize new product that our competition won't be able to offer.
So you think you will offer? You have a plan to offer something about ETF?
Eventually, yes. We're already exploring this. This will involve and require the collaboration with different partners that we are still working on. But yeah, this would be something very interesting.
So you are doing the collaboration with another company specialized in ETF, is that right?
We are prospecting at the moment. Really, we don't have a key partner yet on that front, but we are in discussion with a number of actors.
I hope that you had heard that, you know, in our previous presentations and all that, because we had a heavy discussions about this, you know, possibility of ETFs and, you know, importing those ETFs into digital, you know, digital assets. So that's why I'm asking you if what is a connection, direct connection with gamified NFTs. Right? Well, it seems you don't have that. Anyway, you know, let's in the meantime, let's have a summary of what you have said with by you know, Jamin. Jamin will give you the summary to those people who have not much of comprehension of English.
한 10분
Okay,
내로
Jamin.
일본 내로
풀. 네. 3분은
좋지 않아?
Make it short.
이거가
메타콘드리아가 디센트럴을 합쳐놓은 거야. 그러니까.
좋나요? 네, 그래서 리스토라는 하나는 이제 세 개의 다른 을 갖고 있고 하나는 이제 시큐리티 쪽이랑 또 엔쇼 NFT랑 뭐 있었죠?
테크니컬 리어테크.
뭐 리서치 쪽도 체인 리서치 쪽도 하시는 것 같은데, 근데 아무래도 아까 리 교수님이 말씀하신 대로 주력하는 곳은 이제 NFT 게임파이 쪽을 주력하시는 것 같고, 또 이제 그리고 PPT에 보시다시피 그 런칭하는 게임들이 있었는데 스튜디오가 아마 일본에 있는 걸로 보이는데 그런 게임 런칭하려고 있고, 이게 이게 전반적으로 저희 아는 내용들을 많이 얘기해줘서 제가 얘기해서 이 자료는 따로 이렇게 공유해 주시죠.
Okay, I guess summary was here.
아니 뭐더 필요한
이게 왜 저기 스튜디오가 일본이라고?
예, 일본.
걔는 RPG 그 캐릭터를 전부 다 일본에서 만들었다는데.
그런 거 같습니다. 저 직접 물어봐야 되겠지만. Rio, can I ask a question?
다시 정리하소 다시.
Yeah, question, sure.
그게 중요한 문제는 아닌 것 같아요.
그게 저 사람들 라이센스 없이 막 갖다 베껴서 가는 거 아니죠?
절대 그런 문제는 아닙니다. 예,
라이센스 얘기했네.
예. 그럼 저렇게 대놓고 어떨 거라고 얘기해.
이제 아니 그거 하면 될 것 같은데. 중요한 문제.
리 교수님 이제 저희 Purplestate 해도 될까요?
So yeah, I guess the summary is done, and there are a few more questions, and they will ask the questions, you know, after the presentation about this Purple State, the Purple State DAO. Okay, so it was thank you for the presentation, Stefan. And you know, once again, Stefan, I want to have get together some, you know, if you said you will be here until next week, right? Am I right? So if it is the case, just get together and have lunch together. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. Yeah, that will be
I will
with
buy
pleasure.
you very good lunch here.
Thank you for this. Yeah, I'd be happy to catch up in person.
When do you leave? Once again?
I'm staying at a hotel right now in Gangnam. So I'm like, yeah, half an hour walk from the venue of the conference.
Do you say you're staying here until next week?
Until next Monday.
Next Monday, okay. So you can visit us and have a nice dinner. We are about 1.5 blocks away from the conference area. We're very close, about 5 to 10 minutes away from you.
Okay, that sounds great. Sounds great.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, let's have a presentation from Jamin about this, Purple State DAO. Basically what we have to do is that what you have to do is that we have the people here. We have crypto investors, and we are looking for, to collaborate with the people outside globally. So down the road, you and I have to discuss how we can collaborate at the people level. And of course, people will bring the money, but I don't think you need money, I guess, because your Calvin Eng have brought enough of cash, I guess, to the company. Down the road.
You know Kelvin. You know Kelvin.
I've met Calvin, right?
Okay, very well. Yeah, we'll be happy to discuss. Maybe we can bring in Kelvin on a Zoom call when we meet in person as well.
Sure. Gino will be here next Monday, so Gino and we will together and sometime next week. And you're flying away on Monday, though. Well, right. We'll make a plan. We'll make a.
Gino will be here tomorrow. He's coming.
Will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, he's coming to Seoul tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So we'll have because he's with his family, I think. He will not have that much time, but we'll open. We'll have some lunchtime sometime, and get together and chat. Have a chat and with nice lunch and a nice dinner and all that. Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's have a presentation about this the Purple State DAO. Okay, Jamin, it's your turn.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Share 좀 해주세요.
근데 왜 이렇게 하울링이 되지?
네, 그걸 죽이죠. 네. 어떤 걸 쉐어하라고? 화면 공유 내가 파일이 있나요?
네, 그 크롬에 보면 있어요. 그거요.
요거? 네. 이거를 공유?
아니 그 줌에 줌 들어가시면
그냥
줌
그 창 올리셔서 화면을 보시고
그게 아니라
그걸 올려.
이게 이거 누르면 다음으로 가세요.
밑에 퍼센트 나올 거예요. 그냥 직접 하면 되는데 왜 나보고 그런 걸
여기 앉아. 저 직접 할게요.
끝났어요.
그냥 해요. 이거 됐는데 뭐.
아니 그렇게 해야 되는 줄 알고. Okay. Hello everyone. This is Jamin from Purple State DAO. I'd like to introduce our DAO within 10 minutes. So Purple State DAO is a decentralized Web3 accelerator. Organization that focuses on growing early stage crypto startups. As of today, Purple State DAO have raised about 120K in USDC on Polygon network inside our multi-sig vault. During the version 1 stage, we have worked on building our idea, constantly publishing our white paper and explaining our roadmap to our community. So count pages. So why Purple State DAO? Over the last 5 years, Purple projects, most of them have fully faded away. Average cash runway for small crypto projects for 3 to 5 months. And most of the projects have failed before finding the right product market fit. Finding good devs and VCs were difficult for entrepreneurs who want to start their journey. From the retail investor side, finding a good project to invest is extremely difficult. And to solve this problem, we have decided to create a DAO where it helps early stage crypto projects to gain higher chance of succeeding and allowing retail investors to minimize risk and gain higher profits. On page 8. 다음 페이지. 다음 페이지. So yeah, let's invest together with Purplestate DAO. So some of the tools that we use to solve this problem is by using bonding curve. We have bonding curve on main token Purple, and the price is determined so we can prevent a big price fluctuation. There's more to it, but since we have limited time, I'm gonna skip over that. Also, next slide. Next slide. We use quadratic funding to protect the community from whale attack. If you're not familiar with quadratic funding, you can search Google. It'll give you a good presentation of what quadratic funding is. Next slide. Also, we use reputation NFT. Vitalik called this as soul bond tokens. Call it a non-transferable reputation NFT. We can track the records of what you have done on Web3 space. Also, it protects our community from civil attack. Next slide. And these are we have four initial projects that we're going to launch and connect with Purple State DAO. First one is Creeper, decentralized media. It's going to be in Korean. Second is Ubuntu Custody. It's a decentralized custody service. Third is Prepit, a decentralized on and off chain asset management platform. Fourth is decentralized perpetual exchange. Next page. So here's a little bit of competition that we're in. We have DAO Maker. It's one of the leading projects in this space. It has raised about 79 million, and overall average return in this bear market is about 80%. It used to be about 4,000% during the bull cycle. And next is Gitcoin. This is mostly in grant form, so there's no like specific returns to it, but it's one of the common projects really standing out. And last is the Alliance DAO. This is a DAO where it focuses on accelerating Web3, but it doesn't really have a way for individual masses or retail investors to invest into the Web3 project. But the Web3 project can apply to DAO and they can get funded. And as you can see in the features, Purple has all 5 of the features: public investment, quadratic voting funding, simple resistance, reputation NFT, instant liquidity. If you want to learn more about it, we're almost done with our white paper and we're going to publish it soon. If you have questions, you're welcome. You're welcome to ask me now or later. Thank you.
Thanks.
이거 혹시 통역해야 되나요, 리처님?
우리 통역 필요 없죠? Okay, let's go with Andy. Andy, it is your turn, and wrap this up. And let's have a party now. We can have party now.
마무리 하셨는데.
Oh, that's fine.
자,
Rio, we are all done with the scheduled agenda today. That I want to say, and now we are the final remark is coming. Okay, go ahead, Andy. It's your
Andy.
you are on the floor. Andy.
이쪽에 소리가 안 들려가지고요. 예. 오늘 그 프로그램은 이것으로 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. 그 다음 주에도 똑같이 사무실에서 할 거고요. 다음 주에도 오늘처럼 이런 식으로 진행을 하게 될 것 같습니다. 여기에 모이신 분들 말고는 몇 분 안 들어오신 것 같아요. 그러니까 영어 강의하니까 좀 많이 나가셨어요. 네. 외부 참가자들은 거의 다 나가실 것 같은데. 이게 한 두탄만 남아있고
통역을 준비해서.
네, 다 나가신 것 같습니다. 그리고 오늘은 이 줌은 이것으로 끝내고요. 저희는 이제 오프라인에서 뒤풀이 좀 하고 마무리하는 걸로 하겠습니다. 다음 주에 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.
앞으로